Hey, it's your boy Bobby Beast here. I want to talk about a subject that comes to mind, and that is the Ronnie is Breeze theory. When it comes down to it, I've been saying since the very beginning that Ronnie and Breeze are one and the same. But pretty much the minute I saw the picture, I was like, that seems exactly like Breeze. But I could be wrong at the end of the day. When it comes down to it, basically, we've been looking for Breeze since the beginning of the series, because to you Power fans out there that don't know why Raising Kanan even happened, the reason why it happened was because we wanted to get the story of Kanan, Breeze, and Ghost, and how everything came together, because it became a story in Power that a lot of fans loved, and we've been going on about it for a long time. We've been requesting everything, and 50 of them have thrown around doing the Breeze story in the form of like a movie or something like that. And at the very end of Power, we got young Ghost, young Tommy, getting ready to meet up with Kanan to meet Breeze for the first time. And so we thought that we would get at least a movie or maybe a TV series about them when they were young. Now we got something that was still great, which was Raising Kanan, with Rockwell killing it, Kanan killing it, and the whole, you know, Thomas family, Stark family, killing it all together on that show. So we got a jewel within a jewel, because this show happened because we wanted to know about the story of Breeze, but we got the prequel before the Breeze storyline takes place. Now it seems to all add up, because we've been looking for Breeze since the beginning of Raising Kanan in the first 2 seasons. It only makes sense for him to show up now. Now Kanan is to a point where he doesn't want anything to do with his family, well, at least his mom, and he's out to do his thing on his own and establish himself along with Famous, because he's going to be bringing Famous along with him. We know he is. And Juke's going to eventually join too, because Juke was a part of the crew as well. But when it comes down to it, is Ronnie Breeze? It seems to point in all directions that Ronnie is Breeze, but at the end of the day, he could be the menace. He could be the main antagonist of this entire season, because he's giving off vibes, very hard vibes, like he's basically the one you're gonna have to overcome. He seems like he's angry about the fact that he used to run the blocks, and all of a sudden he comes back, Unique is working for Rock, when he had apparently Rock working for him. I don't know, or he was working with Rock. Hard to say, because we're gonna get a backstory on what happened with Ronnie before he went to prison and why things happened the way it is. All we know is that he did left Unique in charge, something they did talk about since the very first season of Power Book 3. Now when it comes down to it, with Kanan wanting to be out on his own and do his own thing, and Ronnie pretty much not really messing with Unique and doing his own thing to some degree, it makes sense that these two would come together to create their own crew, especially with the drama that Rockwell and Unique are dealing with in regards to the Mafia. So what we could be seeing right now is the fall of Rock and her family and her power, and the rise of Kanan and Ronnie, aka Breeze. We will have to see. Now, personally, when it comes down to it, we've been searching for him so much is that I don't want to get my hopes up about anything. We've talked about the fact that Unique could very well be Breeze. We talked about the fact that Lulu could be Breeze, and we've even talked about the fact that Kanan's father could be Breeze, and we just don't know. That Breeze probably is a code name for this person, and not their real name or the name that they have right now. Not unless he's an entirely new character who just comes up and then he's Breeze and they all come together. But you know, in order for Kanan to trust Breeze, there has to be some form of camaraderie. But we'll have to see what happens, because it seems like things are taking place now. They're planting seeds for Kanan to be out on his own, and with him being on his own, obviously he ends up meeting Breeze, because Kanan worked under Breeze. Breeze was the boss of the crew, and when they took Breeze down, Kanan took over the crew. But when Ghost and Tasha plotted against Kanan because they thought he was a problem, they put him in prison instead of killing him, and Ghost became the boss of the crew. So we're seeing the beginning of the crew that Ghost will eventually lead, and by the time we get to Power Book 1, he's been the leader for many years, and he's been the boss. But he inherited this from Breeze and from Kanan, and now he was the boss by the time we got to Book 1. So it seems as though everything is coming full circle. But with that being said, you know, this is just the beginning. And what I mean by that is that Kanan and Breeze are obviously established with one another ahead of time before they eventually meet Ghost. Now, Kanan may end up meeting Ghost and Tommy along this season. We don't know. Maybe next season. Who knows? At the end of the day, this is the start of Breeze's gang, I think, in this season. And we're going to see how everything comes together. But basically, yeah, the Breeze meeting Ronnie theory is out there. I can't say that I would deny that. I would never. But at the same time, it could very well be a situation where he's not Breeze and that he's just really his own person. But we will find out. I just want to say to all of you that it is your boy Bobby Beast here. I just want to say much love, much respect. Hold it down. And hey, it's your boy Bobby Beast here. I want to talk about a subject that comes to mind, and that is the Ronnie is